You know, there was a discussion that I had in one of my live streams, and a comment was made in that you know love and respect are the same thing, and I had to correct somebody and say that love and respect are not the same. And a lot of people get that confused. Love and respect. Love automatically means respect, and respect automatically means love. That's not the case. So this is why I titled it. If you don't get that respect, her love don't matter. Now, what I put in the title? In the title now doesn't matter. And the reason why it doesn't matter because love and respect doesn't depend on love. It depends on one thing, and respect depends on another. So we're going to get into that today. Let me play my intro and we'll get into it. Welcome properly to the Brother Speak podcast. This is Brother Speak. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. So today we're going to be talking about love and respect, how they're different. And if you don't have the respect of the woman, the love won't matter. It's not going to last. So let's start off with the definitions, and then we'll get into it and see how they differ. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is respect, because I feel that that's the most important thing out of any relationship you be with, even friendships, family dynamics, everything. If you don't have respect, all this other stuff not gonna matter. Now, the definition of respect is a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. There such things as esteem, regard, acclaim, admiration, appropriation, approval, appreciation, estimation, favor, popularity, recognition. I'm not even going to think about that word. Awe, reverence, deference, honor, praise, homage. Now, let's think about love. An intense feeling of deep affection, fondness, tenderness, warmth, intimacy, attachment, endearment, devotion, adoration, doting, idolization, worship, passion, adore, desire, lust, yearning, infatuation, adulation, besottedness, compassion, care, caring, regard, solicited, solicitude, concern, friendliness, friendship, kindness, charity, goodwill, sympathy, kindness, altruism, philanthropy, unselfishness, benevolence, brotherliness, sisterlessness, fellow feeling, humanity, relationship, love affair, fair, romance, liaison, affair of the heart, intrigue, amour. Now, notice the difference. When you talk about love, it's an intense feeling of deep affection. But notice what it's not saying. It's not saying that they get this affection off of something that the person has done. The person can just be there. It's not off of what he or she did. It's off of what they just feel. You know how you walk, some person walk in the room and you're just falling all over her. She probably didn't do anything. You're looking at her as a guy, because I'm talking to the men here. You're looking at like this woman, and she got that walk, she got that dress, or those tight pants. She got the hair done right, whether it's real or not. The breast, the butt, the walk. It's not something she did. It's just how you feel about her. Whereas a feeling of that deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, and achievements is something they actually have done, something they have demonstrated, something they have shown to you. You observe them doing something that allows you to have admiration for them. Love is you just feel something for this person, and it don't have to be anything to do. You can look at that homeless chick on the street. Oh man, I'm in love. Look how she look, but she ain't doing nothing. She's a homeless chick. You don't know this woman from a can of paint, but you feel some type of way. Could be lust. Could be that you're in love. Things happen. Now let's continue. This is from the respect angle. Another definition of respect: due regard for the feelings, wishes, rights, and traditions of others. Consideration, thoughtfulness, attentiveness, politeness, courtesy, civility, deference. It's all about what respect is, but what these people have done to make you feel this way. Let's look at the other definition of love: a great interest or pleasure in something. Lightness, weakness, partiality, bent, learning, proclivity, inclination, disposition, enjoyment, appreciation, soft spot, taste, delight, relish, passion, zeal, appetite, zest, enthusiasm, keenness, I'm not even trying. Penchant, fondness. I'm not saying all these words, some of these words. But you notice again, it's not what the person has done. It's an interest in them just because it's a feeling. Like, and some of these words like weakness, a liking. It's not what this person have done. It's just they're there. As opposed to respect, it's because of what they have shown to you, their feelings, their wishes. It's something they have expressed to you. They have told you. They something that they have communicated to you, shown to you. That's why you feel the way you do about that person. Again, respect and love are two different things. Let's go on to the verbiage. Love, verb, to feel deep affection for someone, to be in love with, to be infatuated with, to be smitten with, to be solded with, to be passionate about, care for very much, deep, feel deep affection for, hold very dear, adore, think the word of, be devoted, dote on, cherish, worship, idolize, treasure, and prize. Again, it's not what the person has done, it's how they make you feel. Now let's go to the other verbiage for respect. To admire someone or someone deeply as a result of their abilities, qualities, and achievements. Esteem, admire, appreciate, cherish, value, prize, pay homage. Is again, it's because of what somebody has done as opposed to what somebody just being there. Who we got in the chat? True Viking. Hey, how you doing, man? Shouts out to you. So again, this is where love and respect are two different things. Love is a feeling, and it doesn't mean that this person have done anything. You could just look at a person and be in love, as opposed to respect. It requires them to do something that will make you have a deep admiration for, idolize, worship. It's based on action as opposed to love, which is based on just they're there. So let's talk about Will and Jada. I know people get sick of it, but I wanted to talk about this from the perspective of respect versus love. If you've been watching her actions when she talks about Will, you could clearly tell, wow, she may have love for him in some regard. Maybe she love him in some regard. You could tell she don't respect him. How you know she don't respect him, brother Speak? I'm glad you asked. She has constantly talked about their problems in the bedroom. She's constantly talked about her love for Tupac. She showed admiration for Tupac for what he done. When you hear her talk about Will, especially lately, you don't hear that admiration for him for what he has done, what he has accomplished. Because let's face it, Will has accomplished a lot in Hollywood. I mean, look at the movies. Now he was making movies. He was producing movies. He was one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. Every time a Will Smith movie came out, people were going to go see it. You're going to go see it, even if it was a flop. You still were going to go see it because it's Will. I was thinking of Wild Wild West. Now, anybody old school people will probably remember Wild Wild West. That was a white guy, but you went to see it because Will was in it, and Will was playing that character. Everybody know back in that day, you wouldn't see a black guy doing stuff like that, especially in the Western time. But you wanted to see it because it was Will in there. And a lot of people admire Will for the stuff that he done in Hollywood, how he carried himself. But the person that didn't admire him was his wife. All the time she was admiring another man in Tupac. She talked about how he wasn't pleasing her, all his faults, everything in the public. All the time she's saying she loves this man, but she didn't respect him because even if you felt that way, there's still certain things you don't put out in the public, especially on that red table talk. Especially when that first one after the whole August Alsina came up, and how instead of taking the responsibility of the fact that she had slept with that dude and she picked this dude to sleep with, and he turned out to be on some goofy shit. That was that. I don't care what I don't care if you did sleep with Jada. You don't put that shit out in public. But because he did that, and when Will went on there, she still wouldn't take the blame for the fact, hey, I slept with this dude. That was the wrong dude to sleep with. I should have been sleeping with this motherfucker. That's just something I shouldn't have done. Instead, what she did was try to put the blame on Will. Like this was Will's fault. Now I know some dudes were saying, "Well, Will wasn't mad at the fact that she slept with the guy." I think Will. This is just my opinion. I don't think Will cared if she slept with him. It was the fact that she slept with this goofy nigga who could keep his fucking mouth shut, and that's what he had a problem with. Why you sleep with this goofy ass nigga that don't know how to keep their mouth shut? Let's see. Hey, Charlene. The guy put it out in the public looking for fame. You're right. Yeah, and that's the thing. You got to be careful who if you're doing stuff like that. You have this open marriage. You got to make sure that these people abide by the rules of an open marriage. If we swinging, there's some things you don't put out in the public. Hey, Polo, how you doing? Charlene, what's up? She had to come to Red Table Talk because Tasha K aired out her bad laundry. And but again, even in that, you don't turn it into where it was put on Will. It's Will's fault for that. She didn't take responsibility. Hey, I fucked up. I messed with the wrong dude. But it happened 4 years ago. Yeah, yeah, and it happened 4 years ago. That should would have stayed. And she should have been like, you know what? I fucked up. Man, I don't know what I was doing messing with this goofy motherfucker. I goofed up. She wanted that young in. Well, yeah, I guess so. She nursed him back to health. She felt like she owned him. If that was hers, she nursed him back to health. So, but regardless, she should have took responsibility. That, hey, you know what? We fucked up. I shouldn't. I shouldn't have messed with him. That was wrong. Like I said, if it was an open marriage, it's an open marriage. I have nothing against that. But again, you got to be careful of who you're dealing with these type of marriages. But Pat, after that, constantly talking about their business, constantly saying he's not doing this, he's not doing this. Meanwhile, saying I love Tupac, I admire Tupac, and you could tell she admired Tupac, she respected Tupac, as opposed to her husband that she didn't respect. Now she may love him, she'll probably love him, but don't respect. She's human. She told why she did it. I think men outside of the relationship have problems with it. Okay, again, but you don't put it to where you blaming your husband for it. I'm cool with you. You explain why you did it. You felt some type of way. Understandable. But you don't put it on that's your thing. That's what she should have just said, hey, that was my fault. I feel some type of way. But you don't put it to where you're trying to blame your husband for it. Because who you ultimately choose to sleep with is on you as a person. Just like if the man steps out, he can't come around and blame his wife for him cheating. Can't do that. As soon as a woman is poly, everyone shames her. Nobody was shaming her for being poly. Everybody was shaming her was trying to make the man, her husband, looking bad because they said that she was in an open relationship. Nobody had a problem with that. As long, here's the thing, and I think people got to understand: if you're going to be in a poly relationship, the people that you're around got to be respectful of that, of your relationship. They have to be. And you have to still respect your relationship regardless if you poly. Because if you don't even respect your relationship, it's going to cause a whole lot of problems. I'm I I've been part of the swinger world, and the one thing you can tell with those relationships, that man and woman, regardless of the fact they sleeping with other people, there is a respect there. And if you at the outsider try to disrespect, you're gonna find out real quick that ain't happening. They will kick you out that group, and you will never get a chance at any of these couples again. That's how much they're about that respect. And so if they see the woman disrespecting, but if you're blaming the man for her not feeling, but that's not, that's the thing. Yeah, everybody has that truth. But if you constantly blaming him for the problem in the marriage, that that's a problem. That's not respect. So Polly might ask that man wanted ass and she wanted the D. She want well, hey, that's part of the poly lifestyle. You want different samples. At, okay, her fault. I never said it was her fault that he told. The only thing I fault her for you messing with this dude in the first place. You have to know who you're dealing with, and sometimes you when you playing that game, you gotta know. You gotta know who you're dealing with, and they got to respect the code. If you don't, then again, that's where you mess up. But you don't go around trying to push it on the husband for the problem. So and then you go into the whole thing where she talking about Tupac, how she love and idolize Tupac, and I think again, if you're talking about stuff like that, it's not a good look on the marriage. It's not a good look. You don't respect your husband. And then this recent thing about the whole thing with Will slapping Chris Rock at the awards, you see that she then started condemning his actions. Now, wait a second. You're going to condemn the actions of your husband when he was doing it in your honor. If there were questions about it, she should have just stayed silent out of the whole thing. I don't think she should have gone up there praising it or anything like that. But I also think she should just say sorry. That's between him and that's between Will and Chris, and she should have stayed out of it. She should have just said no comment. I have no comment on this situation. That's how you supposed to handle it. By her condoning the action, you're basically saying he did that on his own. I had nothing to do with it. That's his bad. You don't leave your husband out that way. I feel like you're shaming her for her choice. She was in love with Tupac. That was her first love. They grew up together. I didn't know that. I'm not shaming her for her love for Tupac. I'm not shaming her for that. But at the same time, when you're talking about how you're admiring and loving another man while you're married to another man, that's not cool. That if Will was doing that stuff, y'all be roasting him to high heaven. Don't you see that you can't do stuff like that if you're married? That'd be like Will was like, yeah, man, Jada don't know how to please me, but yeah, these other women they sure do. You be calling him all kinds of names, but Jada can do that, and oh well, she's speaking the truth. That's not how that goes. You have to have respect for your marriage. I wouldn't have said nothing about that. I don't care if I did have a love for another woman. I wouldn't say that. Well, my wife, especially not in the public. No, you don't do stuff like this. That's disrespecting the relationship. And no, like I said, I'm not trying to shame her for that, for loving another man. You love who you love, but when you put it all out there, whose choice was it to be in a poly relationship? You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Okay, well, here's the thing. They both played it. She could have declined to play that game. It's not that he forced her into it. He played just like she played. It's just that Will was better at playing it than she was. I mean, because other than rumors, we don't know if it's true or not. But this one with Jada, we know it's true because he came out and then she admitted it. You ain't hear Will anything about Will. Don't move the goalposts. Mutual thing and they married. That's what I'm saying. It's mutual. Everybody got to agree. If we're not in agreement, you can't get mad. And again, you got to choose who you have to be careful who you choose. Again, if they had an open marriage, Will was just better at picking the people who ain't gonna say nothing. She chose a dude. She chose a dude who was running his mouth. That's on her. The end. That's on her. She made that mistake. When there's a bunch of dudes she could have picked, they wouldn't have said nothing. They wouldn't have said a word. They wouldn't have said a peep. But she picked this goofy dude who was looking the bank off of this relationship. Again, it was a weak dude. It could have been Will's. I don't agree with marriage. Just because you don't hear something doesn't mean it's not going on. It could have been Will's choice, but she still agreed to it. So whether Will brought it up, Jada brought it up, it's still she agreed to it. So whether She could have left it. If she didn't agree with it, she could have left. So at the end of the day, you can't blame Will if you choose to stay. She could have left. Again, I'm not shaming her for that. But what I'm saying is we can't be going around blaming him for all the issues that she's having in the marriage. That was her project that turned into a sick situation. Yeah, and that's the problem. that I, that we agree on, Charlene. You was trying to make this. You was trying to turn this into your. It was like you're taking this. How do I explain it? It's like you're taking this bird in that you signed hurt, and then you're trying to make it into a pet. It's a wild bird. You can't do that without it. It's going something going to happen. They weren't together when she slept with August. I thought they said they were. Well, they were separated or something because that's not, from what I gathered, that's not what was happening. I'm like, but I mean, she was good with, they weren't together when she slept with August. Uh, were they divorced? Were they getting divorced or they were separated? Because I'm trying to remember all that. They were separated. He said he was done with her. Okay. Okay, but then why was she trying to blame him for that though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, they were separated, done. Okay, well then there was no point in, there wasn't even no point in having the table talk then. She should just say, yeah, we were separated, we had our thing, and I goofed up. I got the wrong person. You kept it with that. But past all that, let me get back to what I was talking about. After the whole slap thing, she condoned the action. He was doing it in your benefit. If she's doing it, he was doing it because he was insulting you, and then you're gonna go around to condemn it. That's a problem. That's don't show respect. The best thing she could have done is just stay silent on the whole thing. Hey, what do you think about Will slapping Chris? I have no comment. That's how that should have went. Instead, she started condoning it. Then I see another thing. I don't know if it's true or not, but she's saying that I'm not. I don't need no protecting. And I'm like, wait a minute. So let me get this. Let me get this straight. You condone his action, and then you go around saying he don't. She don't need no protecting. So basically, you negated the whole thing of him doing that. That's crazy. She should have just left it alone. Don't speak on it. Some people need to shut up. Yes, I agree. I mean, some people just say it's like it. The sad thing about Cameron, some people need to shut up mentioning Jada. Yeah, some people do. And I'm trying to. I'm just using it as an example. But I think also some people, when the camera is on them, no comment should be their best friend. No comment. Nothing. It's just not a good look. It's just not a good look when you basically condemning his action and then on top of that saying I don't need no protection. that's the wrong thing to be saying, because again, you just you just basically negated everything he did. So he did it basically for nothing. So the stuff that he's going through now, Netflix canceled his movie. He's going to be losing all this money for literally nothing. You just left him out and hanging to dry. That's not respect. May love him, maybe she do, but but you basically don't respect this man. Even if you did condone his action, no comment would have been the best thing to do for this situation. Just say nothing. I would have just left it. Hey, Jada, why do you want to answer the question? That's a private matter. Done. Now, because she been talking, keeps talking, now people are making assumptions. And that's not a good look, man. You got If you want to respect sometimes, and this go for men too, for the guys I'm talking about. Your lady got to be able to understand there are times when you just don't say nothing. Even if she don't agree with your actions, you have to pull up a front and say, "Don't, hey, no comment. I have no comment on what he did." It's just no comment. That way you have support. That way you respect that man for whatever he does, even if he did wrong. No comment. That's all you have to do. Everybody asks you, no comment. Well, but you have to think something. No, no, no. It's no comment. Now, I want to, because another couple that people love to be criticizing is Russell Wilson and Sierra. And honestly, I like this couple. I like this couple. And I like how Sierra does with Russell. She's always praising him. You never hear her criticize her husband in any shape or form. Nothing. You don't hear nothing. Sierra just bad mouthed Russell. You don't hear her saying, "Man, I sure love Future. I miss Future." You know, you don't hear her saying stuff like this because that's not. She respects him. She loves him and respects him. I hope this. I hope that relationship don't go bad. I really do, because I do like them as a couple. I know some dudes think Russell's a sin because she had a child with Future, and I'm like, no, come on, Russell not that type of dude. Russell's a good dude, and trust me, when Russell got cheated on, he ditched that woman, and that was a white woman. He ditched her quick, like, oh, you cheated, bye, divorced her, let her go. That sound like somebody who be a simp for Sierra. Trust me. Now I thought that whole thing, scared to lose you kind of thing, that was kind of cringy. I had to agree that it was cringy, but you could tell that he respects her, and you tell he loves her and he's respected. So it's a whole different dynamic, and that's why, like I say, like, fellas, she got to respect you. She got to respect you before anything you can ever think of. Because if she don't respect you, all your business gonna be out there in the streets. People just gonna and she gonna let everybody know all your faults, but she's not gonna put out her faults in a relationship. Now, I wanted to play something that was funny, but then it was sad at the same time. Now, now this was like when Steve Harvey had his radio show. I don't know if he still have it, but they used to do pranks. Tommy used to do the nephew Tommy used to do pranks. Now, one of these pranks to set this up, this woman and this guy was getting married, and the prank they set up was that I guess nephew Tommy was going to pretend to be the guy's lawyer, asking for her to sign a prenup. Yeah, this don't go well. So, uh, fair use, everybody. Fair use. Fair use. Let me play this.
Actually, but first of all, let me be the first to say congratulations to you and DeAndre. Oh, thank you very much. So you guys are getting married in about 3 weeks, correct? Yes, we are. Okay. So here's what's going on. Actually, I represent DeAndre. Okay. Now, are you familiar with what DeAndre is trying to do? No, I know we applied for the marriage license. What is this call in regard to? Okay, actually, what's going on is he thought this would be a great time for you guys to sit down and get a prenuptial agreement signed. Oh, what? A prenuptial agreement? DeAndre wants you to sign a prenuptial agreement. He thought this would be a great time to get it out of the way before the 3 weeks is here. Wait. You're telling me, Mr. Attorney, because you called. I'm sorry, hang on. I'm attorney called. Whatever. You just called. Okay, hold on. I'm at my job. Let me see my. Okay, wait a minute. You trying to tell me you calling me about a prenuptial agreement, and you said you're representing DeAndre? DeAndre wants to get a prenuptial agreement signed with you. You're Sherry, correct? Yes, I'm Sherry. But okay, why is DeAndre calling me and asking me to sign a prenuptial agreement? First of all, DeAndre ain't got it. So how he gonna tell me that he want me to sign a prenuptial agreement and tell you?
Now, before I play the rest of it, now notice she didn't do one thing. If she really wanted to know if this was real or not, wouldn't you call DeAndre? Hey, hey, DeAndre, look, hey, this lawyer up here talking about you want to sign a prenup. She never did any of that. She just went to, oh, this dude don't have no money. I'm like, whoa, hold on. Oh, it gets worse.
Call me, but he didn't tell me. Well, this is all. Listen to me, Sherry. This is always a very sensitive subject when it comes to prenuptial agreements. Oh, it's all right, but let me tell you something about DeAndre. Because first of all, listen, you. Actually, Mr. DeAndre. No money again. Let me make sure I'm clear. DeAndre ain't got no money. Okay. So, and then he want me to sign a prenuptial agreement. Listen, I'm not quite sure how to take this whole conversation. My thing is he wanted me to give you a call. He sounded like that this would be an easy task, that we would get you to sign this. And no, it ain't gonna be no easy task. Let me tell you the easy task that I got to take care of. I got a wedding, I got alterations, I got to pay for flowers, the DJ food, all that. So that's the task that DeAndre needs to be worried about. Not no prenup. DeAndre, again, he ain't got nothing. So how you gonna have nothing, take nothing from nothing, leave nothing? Okay.
Now, anybody remember when they angry, the feelings show, the real feelings show? Now, you see that this lady angry. She mad. And now she telling all DeAndre's business, saying he ain't got no money. Which, here's the question. Dude ain't got no money. Why are you getting married to a man that ain't got no money? I don't know. Does that make sense to anybody? I'm trying to understand that, because I get it. He ain't got the money coming in. She paying for everything. But now her frustrations with that is showing, because she mad now. Because she thought that DeAndre hired his lawyer to get a prenup. You see, I tell you, when they get angry, their true feelings show. Let's continue.
What it is, Mr. Calm, whatever the hell your name is. But I'm about to call DeAndre because he done called an attorney. He don't have. Ma'am, what seems to be the problem? I'm not understanding. If it's just a prenuptial agreement, this is basically you guys signing, your whatever you brought to the relationship or whatever he brought. Prenuptial agreement. Now, let me tell you something. What he brought to the relationship, because I just heard you say it, he ain't bring to the relationship. He moved in my apartment with me. That's what he did. So DeAndre again ain't got. He gonna tell me he want me to sign a prenuptial. You know what? You wait till my daddy hear this. Working 2 jobs trying to pay for my flowers. Do you know how much flowers go for a wedding? I got roses, lilies, all that lined up. And this time I told him last night, as a matter of fact, that he had to get me the $700 for my operations. And he looked at me like I was crazy. You know what? My wedding is 3 weeks away. You don't go. You wait till my daddy get it. You just wait.
Which, wait a second. They should have played this last night on Charlene's channel. They should have played, on Charlene's show last night. They should have played this. Oh, we would have had a field day with this, dissecting this one. She told him he had to pay for the flowers, and he looked at her like she was crazy. You can't make this shit up, man. This is crazy. And you're marrying a man who ain't got nothing. Her daddy's paying for the wedding. Now I get that, and I think in some cultures the father do pay for the wedding. I get all that, but at the same time, but you're marrying a guy. He came into the relationship nothing. He's moving in your house, but you're getting married to a man who ain't got nothing. He ain't got no house. He moving in with you, but you marrying him? Wow. Wow. I don't know. Let's keep it going, man.
You think I'm bad? Okay, Miss Sherry. I'm not trying to get you riled up or anything, ma'am. I understand. No, it's too late. It's too late. Let me tell you that, attorney. It's too late. When you picked up the phone and you called me, that was when it was on me. Okay. Well, listen. Let me go ahead and state this because this is definitely what he's given me in writing. If you're not willing to sign the prenup, then what DeAndre is saying is that the wedding is actually going to be off. Serious? What? No. You know what? That's right. It's off. Yes, yeah, it's on. The law his mind if he thinks that he gonna give me the side of paper and he ain't got it. Do you hear me what I'm saying? I'm hearing you wholeheartedly. Yes. I want to know how I'm paying you because if you're taking money out of my pocket for my wedding and my clothes, but you know what? It's off, so it don't even matter. It don't even matter. You know, I hope you get your money. Because guess what? If you better find it first. That's all I got to say about that. You better find it first. Do you think maybe you guys need to converse about this beforehand? You think? Oh, no, it ain't nothing to converse about. Because he gave you that authority. Because let me make sure I'm correct in how you said what you said. You said he gave you the authority to do what? To give you a call about the prenuptial agreement. And if I didn't sign the prenuptial agreement, what? That the wedding was going to be off. Yeah, because if he gave you the authority, how about he called you and talk to you? Because this out here, and when you talk to him, you tell him to go. He life's gonna be changed. We got whoever he got it from, and it's a wrap, bro. I can't believe. Wait, hold. Are you, Miss Sherry? Are you okay? I can't. Hello? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I really, really, really love it. I really
put all that I had into this, and I brought my 3 wheels. And you, when you talk to DeAndre, you tell him I said.
Okay. Listen, Sherry, I got one more tidbit of information he wanted me to give you.
I can't believe it.
Sherry?
What else you want to tell me? What?
Sherry, he wanted me to tell you that this is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your fiance DeAndre got me to prank phone call you.
Oh my God. I am gonna whoop that.
See, I gotta ask you, do you love him?
Ooh, you got to give me about 5 more minutes so I answer that. Cause yeah, I love him. I do. I love that. I love him, but.
Hey, I got one more question I gotta ask you, baby. What is the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show?
All right. So let's review that whole thing. The lawyer, this guy pretending to be the lawyer, he calls her, say, "Hey, your fiance wants you to sign a prenup." Her mind went from already negative. She's like, he ain't got shit. I'm paying for everything. He moved into my house, and do that sound like somebody that respects her man? I'm just asking for the fellas. Does that sound like somebody that respects her man? Now, she claims she loves him. I believe that's true. But she don't respect him. Here's why. First of all, you wouldn't put this man in a respect. If you're getting married, you're saying that this man's going to be your leader. How he going to be your leader if he can't pay for nothing? He don't have anything. So you put him in a role that he's not even ready for. That's disrespect. You got to respect the man where he is. If he ain't got no money, marriage shouldn't never been on the table. If he got to move in with you, marriage should never been on the table. And it sounds like she's not even consulting him about anything. And I get it. The wedding is the women's big day, and I get all that. But at the same time, you can't get mad if he's like, hey, that's your thing. But he had nothing. He didn't have nothing coming into the relationship, and he don't have nothing now. So she loves what he makes her feel. But once it seemed like he was turning, that love went out the window. That's how fickle love can be. That's how fickle. As long as he was giving her the good O's, just being there, being a good little boy, she loves him. Once he stopped doing that, and look, here's the thing about that prenup. That prenup would have protected her. She's coming in with the money. He has none. So if he has a situation where you leave with your shit, he leaves with his shit, you ain't got to pay alimony or nothing. This was a win for you. But because she didn't think about that, she didn't respect him, she felt that was an affront to her. How dare he put a demand on me and I'm paying everything? You see, that love turned to hate super quick. That's what I'm talking about, respect. The first thing she would do, Tommy DeAndre didn't tell me. Let me call DeAndre. Hey, DeAndre. Yeah. Hey, this lawyer up here talking about he signed a prenup. Uh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I saw the prenup. Well, who knows what he would have said? At the first thing she should would have done is go talk to not Tom DeAndre. Call DeAndre up. Oh, hold on. I need to go talk to DeAndre because this is bullshit right here. Instead, she starts saying he broke, he ain't got nothing, he had to move in my apartment, just downing this guy, telling all the negative business about this guy. Do that sound like respect to you? No, that's not respect. You don't put your man's business out there like that. And I know somebody's gonna say, well, she was in her emotions. Damn that emotion shit. You as a woman are supposed to respect your man. And you don't put out business like this because you mad. That's disrespectful. And that's why I said to guys, again, you got to get the respect of this woman first before anything, before you even talk about having any type of relationship with this woman. You have to get respect first. Because if she don't respect you, that love won't last. Look what happened. She's willing to cancel the wedding off the rip. And she hasn't even talked to DeAndre. That's how much respect that this woman had for DeAndre. She didn't have any. She don't have no admiration for his abilities, his actions, his abilities, his qualities. She just loved the way he made her feel. And there was nothing he ain't doing anything. It's just all about her feelings. It's not about her. It's not about what he has done for. Sorry. It's not about what he has done for her. She didn't care about it. She didn't respect it. And because she didn't respect it, that's when the lawyer came, nephew Tommy came pretending to be this lawyer. She immediately went negative. Because at the end of the day, she didn't respect DeAndre. And because she didn't respect him, she went on that tirade. She was about to throw the whole wedding away. And she never even talked to the man. That's what I'm talking about, respect. You got to get respect first. And you don't get respect by... You don't get respect for just being there. You get respect by what you do. And the same with her. Same with the woman. If you don't admire her for what she do, let's just take the whole with the single mother thing. If you don't admire the fact that even though she's a single mother, she's taking care of a kid. If you don't admire things about her, like the kids, how she's raising the kids and the kids are no problems, and if you don't admire that, if you don't admire her, your love for her will go nowhere. All it is just how she makes you feel. But then when she get you mad, let's say she gain weight, you ready to bolt. Not because it's because you don't like her no more. That means you never respected her. You never respected the fact that maybe she gained weight because she had your child, or maybe she gained weight because of stressors. You will respect her enough to be like, I'm not going to down you, honey. I'm going to help you lose this weight. This is what we need to do. That's respect. You have to respect the woman that you're with. You have to. Because if you don't respect it, that love goes away, then your hatred will hurt just like that. And you're ready to leave. A lot of people don't respect relationships anymore. They don't respect the people that they with. You got women move dudes in. He ain't got nothing. All he got is a penis. She loves that he gives her the O's, but past that, there's nothing that past that. Oh, Monica. Hey, how you doing, Miss Monica Max? How you doing? Appreciate you coming through. If she doesn't respect you as a guy, your abilities. Let's look at the if she doesn't admire you for your abilities, your quality, your achievements. Maybe you went to college and got a 4.0 GPA, graduated top of your class. If she doesn't admire something like that, then she don't. There's no reason to respect you. If she don't respect you, and all she has is a love for you, it's not based on anything. It's just how you make her feel. And let's just say you make a mistake, and it don't even have to be cheating, because that's the easy. That's low hanging fruit. Let's just say you made a decision. You wanted to take a different job. Now this job would make you more money than what you were doing now. But she don't like it because she don't like how that looks. The job looks. Let's just say you was in corporate, and now you going to do farming. Nothing wrong with farming. Hey, farming provides people with a lot of food, right? But she don't like the look like, oh, you're gonna just be dirty. She liked the fact that you were in corporate. You was a manager at a Fortune 500 company. So now she don't love you no more. Now she want to bolt because she never respected you. She just loved how that made her feel. You being this big time boss of a company, that made her feel good. She loved the feeling of being able to stunt on her girlfriends about your position. Or let's just say you was riding around in a Rolls Royce. You had this $1 million house, but you had to sell it because, hey, the company which you with, or you had to downgrade because you couldn't afford the lifestyle. Now she's ready to fold because she never loved you for your abilities, the ability to get that type of lifestyle. Because, hey, to get $1 million lifestyle like that takes work. Despite how people make it easy, it looks. That takes work. And if you're not doing it within entertainment, it takes a lot of work to get to that point. But she don't respect that. She didn't respect the abilities. She just like the look, how I made her feel, and how I could stunt on my girlfriends. So now she's leaving you. Now she picking out all your flaws, all the mistakes, all the things that you might have been insecure about. Now she's putting it all in Jump Street and letting everybody know about it. Did that sound like respect? That love turns sour. And that's what happens when you don't have respect. True love is love and respect together makes true love. Because even if something happened to you, even if you do something wrong to her, She has enough respect for you not to down you in front of everybody, not to turn people against you. Even if you break up, she's not going around saying you just this horrible person while she's making herself look like she was the angel and everything. Yeah, she may say the stuff that you did, but she'll say, hey, the stuff I did too. That's respect. You have, as a man, you have to have the respect of that woman. And you have to respect that woman because same thing. Let's say she leaves you, you leave her. Now you down in her in front of everybody. But you're making yourself look like the victim while she is the perpetrator. That's wrong in itself. That means you never respected her. Now, there's a lot of things of my ex-wife that I know of that if I put it out there, it would be bad. But out of respect for her, I would not do that. That's the respect that I have for her. And I don't go around downing her or anything like that. I put it this way. I was kind of that, and then somebody had to set me straight, like, hey, but you married her. Yeah, you down her, and I get out there, but you married her. And so I was like, when I thought about it, I was like, you're right. I did marry her. Even with the problems that she had, I still married her. And so now I don't go and put out like negative. And if I do criticize her for stuff, I still criticize myself because there's some things that I did that caused some of the problems that she had. Now, some of the problems she had, she came into me, but I knew all that. But I still married her. And at the end of the day, I have to own that. And that's how the respect. And so that's why I try not to clown her or nothing like that. I don't clown her. Jokes maybe, but like to make her look like a horrible person. And that's the respect that I have for her. And that's what you got to have, black man. You got to have respect for the woman that you're with, and she has to respect you. Because if she don't, and that love goes away, if she gets mad or something like that, the love will go, and all of a sudden, all your business is out, and all that. And that's not a good look. Or you do the same thing. So in closing, if you don't have respect, the love don't matter because it is only a feeling of how you make them feel. And once that feeling goes away, you stop doing the things that made her feel that way, or she just stop feeling it on her own. Not only will she leave you, she will down you in front of everybody. She'll tell all your business everywhere. She'll say, well, I didn't really, I loved this other dude before I loved you. She'll condone all your actions. When it's time to really, it's time to be quiet. You got to get respect first. So even if she does leave you, maybe she's not even interested in you before y'all even get to that stage. She just leave you alone. Or it's the same with you. You're not interested in her. You have enough respect for her not to engage with her. Gotta have respect first. Love comes later. So with that, I'm going to get up out of here. I'd like to thank Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment for coming through, Charlene and Samsung Entertainment. Polo has his own channel, Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment. He has his channel, Charlene, you catch her. She does her own show on the Ebony Star Network. I was on there last night, and well, that one was interesting. We had a lot of talking. We talked about a lot of stuff. So go check that out on the Ebony Star Network. It was good discussion. Got heated. I went off on some dude, but after that we had great talk, and it was good. I like to thank True Viking for coming through. First one in, much appreciated. And Nika Max coming through. I remember her from Faith Factor channel. Nice for you to come through. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for coming through. This is Brother Speak, and I'm going to be out. So let me play my outro here. Outro. All right. And I'm out. Thank you very much, everybody. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Peace.